Slender Man has been released, the reviews are in, and they are not good. As a matter of fact, they are absolutely appalling. And in an attempt to combat this, countless studio executives and crew members who worked on the film are going to try and pose as regular, non-biased moviegoers and post fake reviews. And spotting them is not going to be hard, as you will soon see. Now for reference, these are the truthful reviews from normal moviegoers. Such a disappointment. Boring ass movie. We left the theatre. Waste of money. The death of the horror genre. And Cringer Man, worst I've seen in a while. So now that we know what a truthful review looks like, let's dive into our first fake review. Pure horror movie, 9 out of 10. I don't understand why people don't like this movie. It was not only scary, but chilling. It added so many horror elements and put them together. The movie is truly something to experience. If you liked films like It, you will love this one. I seriously doubt that. The characters were a little basic and the acting wasn't amazing, but besides that, everything was great. Trying to add a little bit of criticism there just to fool us. Yeah, you ain't fooling anyone, pal. It delivered well. Watch it. And by the way, don't let your decision for a movie rely on reviews. Some people will love movies others hate, so experience it for yourself. So, those are the kind of reviews we are dealing with, guys. I mean, comparing this certified trash heap to something as critically acclaimed as It, that's some nerve right there. The most odd part is when he said, don't let your decision for a movie rely on reviews. Because he is literally giving a review. So by his definition, should we read his review and not listen to it? And just to further disprove his statement, most people with common sense are not watching the movie because the majority of people are saying it sucks. And IMDb will not give the movie a 3 out of 10 for nothing. Anyway, it's obvious that this guy's full of crap. And these are the kind of reviews you shouldn't listen to. Also, if you click on his account name, the only movie he has reviewed is Slender Man. So this is clearly a biased review from someone who worked on the movie. But wait, I kid you not, the reviews actually get even worse than this. Amazing, easily one of the best movies ever made. 10 out of 10. First off, all of the comments about how this movie are bad are just being mean. The movie was full of heart this movie was full of heart and had lots of work put into it to present the audience with the best representation of Slender Man known to man. Regarding the movie, the beginning starts slow and offers some of the best storytelling I have ever had the privilege of witnessing. Oh yeah, guys, he went there. Forget The Lord of the Rings, The Dark Knight, Logan, Slender Man has the best storytelling this guy has ever witnessed. After a good intro filled with laughs and a representation of high schoolers that very accurately tells of how I had spent high school, it goes into the actual movie and how Slender Man slowly inserts himself into the minds of curious kids who think that the supernatural and its influences are just games. Through a series of intense sequences of dialogue and quick scenes of suspense, the directors make use of the greatest influence of literary influence, also known as pathos, to get the viewers to not even want to blink so they won't miss anything. Seriously, dude, you can use big words all you want. You're not convincing anyone that this movie is sophisticated by doing what all horror movies should be doing. Many people dislike this movie, but I believe that is just the mob mentality holding them from wanting to physically express their love for this masterpiece. Did he just say physically express? I could go on and on about all the things that make this movie a future legend, but I am going to stop myself at just saying that this movie is a must-see. And I strongly recommend anyone who wants to go to the movies and see something that will keep them on the edge of their seat while delivering easily the best movie that has ever been made. Wow. Now this person you know is completely full of shit. As a matter of fact, his review reeks of it so much that it almost sounds like he's taking the mick. Does this guy seriously think that people are going to take his fake review seriously if he calls this the best movie ever made? What a moron. He almost makes me tempted to write a fake review just to show how it's done. I don't get all the hate. 7 out of 10. In the year 2018, horror movies have gone way downhill and are still selling at the box office. I saw this movie and thought, wow, so many tropes they didn't do. It was a good movie. Not the best, and will be probably forgotten a decade down the road, but there's so many things they did not do that I can say this is a movie worth watching. They did not start the movie off with a gory shock death, rely on jump scares, have bad actors, throw Slender Man on screen too much, have Slender Man talk, come up with stupid lore about Slender Man about why he exists. Point is that even though the movie isn't Oscar worthy, it definitely elevated the horror genre to what standard the bare minimum should be. And yet, other crap horror movies out there get more stars. Where is the justice? yeah, that's about it with this guy, and surprisingly, that is it. I was actually genuinely surprised that more fake reviews weren't released. Usually crappy movies like this get tons of fake reviews, but it seems like even those involved with the movie couldn't be bothered to defend it. I think part of that is down to the fact that it came out recently that Slender Man got a lot of scenes cut from the movie because Sony were afraid that it would offend people. That's why scenes that were in the trailer did not end up in the final film, and plot points were introduced but didn't have any explanation or payoff. And because of that, I don't care if this movie is not deserving of a 3 out of 10. When a studio releases a movie that is unfinished and a cut up mess that affects the enjoyment and narrative of the film, then that movie automatically gets a 1 out of 10 in my book. It is sick that movie studios make common complaints about piracy, yet they have no problem ripping their customers off and charging them full price to see an unfinished movie that they decided to push out just to make a quick buck. That just makes me lose any remaining semblance of respect I had for the company. If you're afraid of offending people, then don't make the movie in the first place. And before some of you ask, I did consider watching Slender Man before I made this video, but the fact that I have to pay the same amount of money to see it that I paid to see Avengers Infinity War is just criminal, so I didn't bother. And with that said, that's it for my first episode of laughably fake IMDb reviews. If you guys liked it, please click that thumbs up button, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And if you are willing to go the extra mile, then feel free to donate to my Patreon page. There are a variety of different perks you can choose from, and in the process, you will be helping me do this full time, which will allow me to make even more videos. As always, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will catch all of you next time. Take care.